Hi, welcome. He is hot and he can act, and he's hot. I'm talking to Gustavo Velasquez next.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Play it for you. That's right. I gushed all over him at the last interview I did with Emery, his co-star, and now he's sitting next to me. That's why I'm way over here. Way over here. You guys, welcome to Spotlight on here at AFTERBUZZ TV. A little salt and pepper and in vogue. What a man, what a mighty good man. And this guy is a good man, and he's a good actor. He's really good in this series called Conversations in LA. If you haven't heard of it, now you're hearing about it. And I'd say run, don't walk to watch this series. It's so good. You feel like you're there in the conversations. Yes. I'm James Lott Jr., your host. You can follow me at James Lott Jr., where all James Lott Jrs are sold. That's right. I'm all over the internet. Type my name in, I'll just pop up. My guest, he is actually the lead actor in the series, and he does a really good job. Plays Gus. I don't know his name, but his name is Gustavo Velasquez. Hello, sir.
Hey, James. Thank you for that wonderful introduction.
Welcome. You have great hair today.
Thank you.
Good hair.
I appreciate it.
Love that. This series, like I said, came across my desk, and I found it, and I binge watched it in like one day. I just sat there and just watched all of them. It's so good.
Yeah, definitely. It's one take format, and it's continuous, and it's just real.
It is. So first we're going to get to the actual series. We're going to show a scene that from the series, but I want to find out who you are first.
Yeah.
It's just like where'd you come from? Who are you? And all this stuff. So you're an LA original, right? Or
yeah,
no?
I grew up in Pico Rivera.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And most people don't know where that's at. I say it's halfway between Orange County and Los Angeles.
Yes.
So growing up, I went to school Santa Fe Springs, then college in Fullerton, Cal State Fullerton. So really grew up in the Orange County, Newport Beach, Laguna Beach.
How was that for you, for being a brown person, a Latino?
Well, Pico Rivera was
primarily
Hispanic. Yeah. Going to Fullerton was new, but I think it was kind of changing at that time. And I went to school for accounting.
That's right. I did research. I say you know numbers.
Yeah, I went to college.
Sounds boring, but you know numbers.
I never got into acting until after college. Interestingly enough, I think growing up, my parents were both immigrants from El Salvador.
Oh, well, good. Okay.
They came here to escape the guerrilla war that was going on.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
At 17, so they both came here with nothing going on, only speaking Spanish, and they really pushed education on me, my brother, and my sisters. Good. So I didn't really know the entertainment world. I didn't know music, dancing, nothing.
Wow.
So I remember watching movies and just being glued to the TV and knowing something was there, but I never really took a chance. So yeah, went to school for accounting and did really well. I was in my room probably 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, just studying. Graduated with honors, got job offers from PricewaterhouseCoopers, Ernst & Young. I had the partners call me specifically and say, we want you to be at our firms.
Wow.
So I had the suit, went to downtown LA, like top floor, overlooking all of the skyline, and I just looked at my watch and said, I can't do this.
Wow.
So after the 5 years, I said, I'm good. I'm going to walk away from this, and I want to pursue something else. I didn't know if acting was it, but I started taking acting classes and just went full artist mode, started playing instruments, piano, guitar, electric, acoustic, violin, started dancing, started taking hip-hop classes at IDA, Millennium, surfing, mountain biking, started doing everything and anything, and acting just really touched my heart, and started training ridiculously amount, probably 4 or 5 classes a month, really trying to figure it out, and yeah, that's where I pretty much...
Do you really recommend, as I say to people all the time, you should always be doing something towards your craft at all time.
Yeah.
So you really believe in the whole acting classes or taking a workshop here and there? You believe in that?
I think when I went in, I approached it from a business mindset. I think that's all I really knew. And because this industry is business. It's show business.
Yes, it is.
You can be an artist, but you got to be marketing yourself and 100% was always talent for me. Any movie I ever saw Tom Hardy really going into those, Daniel Day-Lewis, DiCaprio, anybody I saw, I'm like, they're so into this, and they just, one look, you can tell everything on their face. So I never acted before, and so I wanted to train as much as possible in every single kind of class, and then once I started getting the training, I'm like, well, there's no opportunities right now. So I started doing workshops. I was probably doing 6 workshops a month.
Wow.
For 1 year.
Wow. Okay.
Which I wanted to meet every casting director in town.
Smart.
And network that way, get my foot in the door. Then I said, okay, now I'm learning casting directors. I'm doing the training, single cam, multicam, drama. Then I started writing and creating my own content. Just to create a reel, because nobody was giving me an opportunity.
You gotta do it somehow, right?
So I wanted to create my own stuff, and that was going well until I met Anne-Marie, and then that took a different turn.
Yeah, we'll get to there. But no, I mean, because I tell people all the time, and I really do believe this, is that when you choose to do something, you should always be trying to work on it somehow.
Yeah.
And you mentioned a thing that's very important, and Anne-Marie knows this obviously too: creating your own content. Because a lot of times in acting, it's one of those weird businesses where it's the hurry up and wait,
right,
or feast or famine. All of a sudden you have 1 million calls, and all of a sudden you have no calls.
Right.
The old days just sitting around waiting is gone now. It's nowadays it's like you said, let me create something so people can actually see I can do it.
Yeah.
As opposed to waiting to do it to make a reel out of it.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. 100%. And when you go and create something that's going to be a trial and error, you're not going to create gold right away. You got to put it out, and you got to be willing to get critique from people, willing to fail, fall, and then see, okay, this is not working, let's change it up and keep going from there.
I think in an interview that I really liked a lot, and you had said, and I'm paraphrasing, and if they got it wrong, you can tell me, but you said something to ask you, what is your plan B? And you said, I've already retired after I finished my accounting degree. Yeah. So I did a little plan B. This is I like that.
I truly feel like that, and I mean, I'm still waiting tables right now, but it gives me, and I love it. I love the job I have because it gives me the financial flexibility to go on. I only work nights, so I set that up specifically so I can go on all the auditions I want.
Smart.
I can continue living a life that I like. I can go surfing with my friends. I can go mountain biking with my friends. I can do anything I want while chasing this dream, because it may happen, it may not happen, I don't know, but it doesn't matter to me. I wanted to get to a point in my life where every day is exciting. And if I can reach that without wanting any audition I go to now, it's just fun for me. It's not I have to book it. I don't really care. That's not up to me. It's so much that's not out of my control. So I wanted to set up my life and just so I can have fun every day, and I think I've set that up pretty nicely. So yeah, I retired. I want to act, and one day at a time.
Well, so you did it so smartly, as I'm hearing, that, which took me 30, 40 years to get there. But actually creating your life around your passion and what you want to do so that you can go surfing in the morning. I know you surf. I've seen something you like to go to surf. You can actually hang out with friends or family, take care of things during the day. Yeah. Be available during the day. Because a lot of people do it the wrong way. They're like, I got to work. We know it's hard. You got to work sometimes. You got to make bills.
You have to. Especially in this industry, it's not going to pay the big bucks right away. So having a financial stability, it's so important, because there's never a class I don't want to take, say, oh, I don't have enough money. There's never headshots I don't want to redo because I don't have enough money. There's never clothes I need to buy for this audition because I don't have enough money, or I don't want to private coach because I don't have money. I never wanted money to be an excuse, so that's why I got the job I needed to serve tables. And I did it specifically for that reason. Now, was there a specific reason? Did you feel like, because that's the cliche, of course, waiting tables. Yeah. Well, now it's doing Uber or Lyft. But I hate driving in LA. So I mean, is this something that you completely were like, I want to do this because waiting tables, on some level you have to remember stuff. It's manual labor. You're on your feet. You're doing, but it's not so heavy that you can't deal with all the stuff that's going on. No, I think when I was in college, I needed a job, and my cousin, actually, she was in the hospitality industry, and she said, hey, we have a job for you. I'm like, cool. So I went to apply for a hosting job. Okay, yes. And that's how I got into serving tables, and I served tables all throughout college. So I was doing a full-time job and going to college, paid for it through serving. Yeah. So I just continued. I'm like, the money is good. I want to continue this transition to the West Hollywood area and keep serving tables that way. Do you think you have your strong work ethic because of what your parents went through? Did they show that to you? I'm hearing that. Absolutely. My dad started his own business, not speaking any English when he got here. That's amazing. And he's dedicated. He was working 7 days a week, 10 hours a day, but he loved what he did. He was his own passion. My mom, the same way, just hard workers, very specific, very disciplined, and I thank them for everything. And when I started acting, I love my parents.
What'd they say to you? I'm sure they're. I'm a parent myself with grown children.
Right.
I'm sure.
I think they were a little weary, but they trusted me. I think after I graduated college, I said, "Hey, I want to go try acting." My mom and dad said, "Do whatever you need to do."
Okay.
We know you're smart enough to get a degree.
Yeah, you did.
We trust you that you're gonna make the right opinions. But it's funny when jumping ahead, but when we when I got the Emmy nomination, my parents don't know anything about the entertainment industry. So my dad's like, "Oh, you won a Grammy?" I'm like, "Yes."
Yes, I won a Grammy. I'm John Cicada. I won a Grammy.
I won a Grammy.
You're right.
So it's just funny, but they love it. My mom, she's like, "When are you gonna be a superhero?" When I'm like, "Well, it doesn't work that way." But
wait, so have they said they've watched the series?
My mom has watched the series, and my dad has seen a few episodes.
I mean,
and my sisters watched it too. They're like, oh, which is funny. They're just like, well, it's real, but I mean, we can't. I see my brother, so it's. Like,
I'm sure, but I'm saying some of the content. I'm like,
yeah.
You know that, it's funny because people come to LA. There's a million 100,000 of them.
Yes.
I'm making up words, but there's a million 100,000 of us here in LA who want to make the dream happen, and it's almost a crapshoot sometimes. Or luck. Sometimes I'd say we're luck, but it just happens. You happen upon a project, and I want to start from the very beginning of it.
Yeah.
But first, before we start the beginning of it, can you show that one picture, please? I saw. So when you brought to my attention, I saw this. I was like, "Who's that?" I was like, "Oh my!" Both you guys. I told you both look hot in that picture. But I was like, "Who is that guy? Like, where did he come from? And who is he? And what is he doing?" And that made that. So, ladies, for real, he looks as good in person. And so I saw that, and so I said, okay, I want to know what's going on. That's why I called you guys in, because I want to know. I want to know more. I want to know what's going on. So you've heard Anne-Marie's side. So you're at a Starbucks with some chick.
Yeah.
And either drinking, coffee, talking, whatever, and...
So, we'll go into that.
Yes.
Going with the crapshoot thing, I feel like me and Anne-Marie met for a reason. And I think that's when you're putting out a lot of work, when you're creating your own content, when you're taking, as an actor, if you're doing everything you can, the universe will put you in the right direction.
I believe that.
It's when the student is ready, the master presents itself. And Anne-Marie was the master for me. So it was the right timing. I was taking all the classes, creating all my content, working on my headshots, taking all the workshops, doing everything. There was nothing else I could do. And taking tons of agent meetings, manager meetings.
Sure.
So then the world decided he's ready. So yeah, I was in this theater class at the time, and we were just doing a lot of theater. And I was doing Golden Boy with this girl. I was doing a specific park bench scene, which I really loved. And we had to run lines, one of the first rehearsals. So we decided to meet at that Starbucks in Culver City, and it was lightly raining, of course. So we're there just running lines back and forth.
Yeah.
And then this lady just walks up to us and says, "Hey, you guys must be actors. I'm just I just got here trying to write some material for my reel. Here's my card." And I think it was handwritten, her phone number.
That's so funny.
And then I kind of looked at it, and I'm like, this is a little odd,
Yes.
but okay. So we just finished rehearsal. I went home that day, and I'm like, okay, I want to kind of look at what she's doing. So I looked up her website.
Okay.
And I looked at her pictures, and they're very specific, very centered. And I looked at her reel, and there was this play she was doing from the Mercy Seat.
Okay.
She was so engaged and so intense in every word that I was like, there's something to this.
Okay.
She's a talent. So I emailed her, and funny enough, the girl that I was reading with, she didn't want to be an actress anymore.
Oh, that's what's up. Now we know what happened to her. I'm like, I said, what happened to the girl who could get her? She didn't.
She never replied. She never reached out. I'm not. Yeah, she just never reached out. She decided. I think she was at a crossroads whether she wanted to be in acting or not. And being in classes, I see so many people come and go.
But good. No, that's good. You figure it out. Then you find out if this is for you or not.
Exactly. So I emailed Anne-Marie and says, hey, I'm interested. Here's my reel. She sent back 10 pages, and I'm like, wow, I've never had this much material in my life.
Mm-hmm.
This is a lot. And she said, just skim through it. Don't prepare anything. And I'm like, okay. And I'm thinking it's just much like some people cast, they just get a feel for the person. So I suggested a place in Lemonade in Beverly Hills.
I love Lemonade. Yes.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Yeah.
So we met there, and we're running through it, and I'm not sure. I'm like, am I doing a good job? Am I not? And she's giving me some redirections. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take it, and took her redirections, and she's like, okay. She's like, I think I want to offer it to you, and I didn't.
Wow.
And I had no idea what was going on at the time. I called my managers, and I told them, I just booked this part. I was really excited. They're like, okay, what is it? I'm like, I don't really know what it is, but we're gonna film it. So
as your managers are going, what?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? Who is this person? What's going on? I'm sure.
And the first couple rehearsals, I mean, we were just going really intensely, and we had no idea what this is gonna become.
Yeah.
There is no way I could have ever dreamt that it would get to this place it has got.
Be a lead of a series.
Being a lead in a series, 3 Emmy nominations,
right?
Possible deals. Like, there's no way I could have ever. And it's my first project I ever booked.
See, there you go.
There's no way I could have. I just thought the material's good. I could use stuff for my reel. She could use stuff for real. She's a great director. Why not take a chance? But as it started going, we were onto something really special.
It's funny, you bring up a point that I think people out there should always, the place of yes. I mean, sometimes saying yes and not knowing fully what it means yet is okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to know all the answers. I mean, as you get older, you learn this more and more as you get older. Just like, you don't need to know all the answers all the time.
No. I think I was at the start, I was like a little, where is this going? Where is this going? But now that I'm just completely trusting in the process and trusting it's going to go where it needs to be.
That's true.
I mean, you can't ask. There's no point in asking questions. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen now.
They always say, no, I like this. Luck favors the prepared.
Yeah.
I love that.
Of course. Yeah, 100%. Luck is definitely when preparation meets the opportunity.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And so people say, oh, there's a lot of luck in this town. No, there's not.
No.
If Scorsese, or even if Anne Marie came and wanted to cast somebody, if you don't have the talent, she's not going to cast you in it. So it's not just luck. It's
it's one of those things, because I come from a business background too, and in business they teach you, especially when I became an entrepreneur and stuff. And you're an entrepreneur. This is a business. Actors are their brand,
of course,
their business.
100%.
You have to learn how they call it your 30-second elevator statement or hub statement. They always tell you.
Yeah.
And so we ask you, so what do? You have to know. You have to know in 30 seconds. Tell them. If you don't know that, you don't have a 30-second thing, then you're screwed.
No,
in many cases.
And a lot of people say, oh, it's so hard to get an agent. It's so hard to get an agent in this town. Well, it's not. It's like, it's a business, and they need to be able to sell you. So do you know how to sell yourself? Yes. Are your headshots a good representation of who you are? Is that intensity in the eyes? It's not just, let's take a pictures because we're good looking. No, we're not models. We're actors.
There's a million people out there.
Of course, and I'm a true believer in this town. It does not matter what you look like. It's talent. There's so many people in class that I see that everybody's like, they're so good looking. You turn the camera on, there's nothing there.
Yeah,
nobody's home.
I know that too.
So it's just the true talent hits people in the heart, and it's so beautiful, and that's why this series is so special, because it's about reality. And
the cast is very diverse and diverse looking, diverse age. Now the main thing, the main thing about this story, the leads are of different ages.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's something that happens frequently. And I think I like to take this as an older woman, younger man. But my take on this is, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, whatever. I feel like Gus is an old soul.
Definitely, 100%.
So it's almost like you're almost peers in a way, emotionally.
Yeah.
It's kind of like out from the series.
Yeah, no, he's definitely the old soul, and she's more of the young at heart.
Yes.
And which is completely different from anything we've ever seen in The Graduate, where it's purely physical.
Yeah, so
it's very interesting, and I think it's just more heartfelt. It's more real.
I think it is too, and I think it just shows people that there are a lot of us who are older, who are younger at heart, and some of us who are still growing up.
Yeah.
Even though we're older, and some people who are younger who kind of got it early a little bit, and they know what they kind of want already. And I feel like Gus knows what he wants. He's trying to get there, she came out of nowhere, and it's kind of like, and she's having her own feelings about it. You guys are trying to, I feel like, I don't want to give too much, we get to watch the series, of course, but I feel like that's the dance you guys are doing a lot of times.
100%.
Even though you're younger, you're not some young concubine and just like,
No,
what do you say?
no.
I'm a boy toy.
And
not at all.
He knows specifically what he wants, and my character is very passionate. He's fiery. He'll explode at any second. But it's all coming. He knows himself, so he doesn't have anything to hide.
That's a good point you say that. We're going to show a scene from this show, and I'll get that up there because yes, there's every show's like it really is like literally is a conversation. There's conversations happening all the time. I said it to Anne-Marie on the show. The cinematography is just amazing. They shoot things very interestingly, and this is where you guys actually first. I kind of like when you first meet.
What? You want to borrow my jacket?
No, that's okay. Thanks.
Could be a while.
And you
What's
tossing
a
that
while?
frisbee, I was like, over
Minutes?
I was like, oh my god, like come on,
This is
20 minutes?
4 a.m.
is it?
Santa Monica.
Oh,
I'm not trying to
Nobody
come on to you.
around.
oh my god,
Yeah.
Gentlemen.
Was it really cold then?
Such a
Was
thing.
it really cold? Or no?
It was, but just super focused in this character
Yeah.
and who this person is.
You don't
and-
need it?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'll take it. I mean, as long as you don't mind.
I don't
And
mind.
just while we're waiting. I mean,
I'm thinking, why does she have a jacket anyway with her?
thank you.
I love how this film. I just love how it's
the
just like
cinematography.
it's beautiful. I love how it's
gorgeous.
filmed.
Very
Look how it's
gorgeous.
framed. I
Yeah.
love it.
Much.
We're seeing two people.
Thank you.
It's a dance with the cinematography,
Taking
the
an
actors,
hour
everybody's in
subway
sync.
rider.
First time.
Well, I feel like the cinematography is like
Wow.
another actor on the show, so
I
to
would have
speak.
driven my car tonight.
Anne-Marie's
The
a
fail-safe engine
genius.
light came on,
She-
and it stopped middle of the
She
405.
choreographed it. She lets the
bummer.
cinematographer do his own
Not
thing,
fun
but
at all getting stuck.
Now, I've just noticed, okay, so you say it's 4 a.m.
You know what?
I forgot, when did they start in the
I
morning?
think it was.
Because there's lights on back
no,
there.
it's probably like
They don't make you wait.
1 a.m.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm saying, I mean, I know they don't run 24 hours, but I know they start early and some of them run
Yeah.
late. I just don't know how late they run or.
Yeah.
What's in the box?
Oh,
Mouse?
a mouse,
Tarantula?
a tarantula.
And it's funny,
they told me
they
today
meet
that
at
it's
night, and
actually
that's where the
mating
real
season.
conversations happen.
Really?
You know, that I believe that, yes.
Oh, really?
Which is
Have
you
you
that
ever
frisbee.
had
It's
a
like, put the frisbee down, put the frisbee down. Like, it's so funny to me.
Oh, why?
He does
would
put
you
it down
want to
eventually
Yes.
when she hits his heart, when she says something that speaks
Yeah.
to him.
When I was a kid.
Spiders scare the shit out of me, especially tarantulas.
Yeah, well, I bet if you had a tarantula, you probably wouldn't have any spiders at your house.
That's funny. I like that. Like now you're going behind. And you don't see this normally. You do
No,
not see this
no,
normally
no.
on anything. Like
No.
You know what?
you don't shoot from behind,
I'm
like,
sitting
right?
there thinking I had a
Right.
pet
And I
tarantula.
believe you. It's like the audience watching this is gonna get. It's almost like
what's in
they're
the box?
intruding.
Yeah, I feel it right now. I feel I'm watching. I'm
It
like
says
I'm
like
standing
that.
nearby.
Hey, you know what? You don't have to tell me. It's fine.
So I just want to show a piece of this. I mean, this series is
Yeah.
like this. Every episode is something different. It's
Yeah.
so it's part of season 1. They're doing season 2 right now. They're filming. It's just again, it's just such a. No one goes behind somebody and films from behind. You can't see their faces. Fully.
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean? It's like, but it works.
Yeah, and especially, I mean, I think in this series, because the writing is so good, is so exceptional, that it really doesn't matter if the camera's from above, from the side, if you're not in frame. The conversations that are going on are so real that it does not matter.
I agree.
Where it's shot, it's just so. And what I was saying, it's this series. I feel it's like conversations. I think I was telling you when you're out with a buddy, you're drinking, you go home, you're on the couch, and then the real conversation starts. Or you're out with, you're talking to your brother. It's late night, and you have the real conversation.
We've
The
had that.
conversations that nobody has. Or you're out with your partner or whoever, your spouse in public with the family and friends, and everybody's cheerful. You put on kind of
Yes,
something.
yes.
But then you go home, you're in the bedroom, and you have the real conversations.
True. And my father used to always tell me, he goes, whoever you're sleeping with, he's like, whether it's whatever it is, a lot of times the pillow talk, there is such thing as pillow
Oh yeah,
talk.
100%.
Like you really do. That's where you kind of break down the day, what's
Yeah.
going on, anything that's coming up. That's where you decide where you put your mother in a home or end a friendship. Like that's where you decide everything.
Yeah.
That's what happens. Or we're losing money. The kids are getting on my nerves. Like whatever's going on, it happens there. And then you're right. Usually at nighttime, late at night.
Yeah, nighttime, or exactly, or even you're out doing whatever you want. The next morning, you probably realize, like, or you reevaluate everything. So that's why this series is so important, because we get, especially living in LA, where it's very materialistic and superficial, and Instagram and selfies, and it all plays a purpose. But I mean, when you get down to the core of it, I mean, we're all very vulnerable. We all just want something, want to be needed in some ways. So the conversations that are going on are all about that.
My question to you now is kind of, I don't know your dating history or anything, but has it changed your mind in terms of an older relationship?
Well, I'm definitely just about being real.
Okay.
And I'm always open to anybody who just reaches me in a real level. I mean, that's all it is. I don't put judgment on anything. It's just I just want real. I mean,
so for you, but doing this series though, because you're dealing with your character's dealing with an older woman, it hasn't made you go one way or the other. Like, oh
No.
God, I would never do an older woman ever again.
No.
Like, or I really am open to it a little more. Is it anything, any influence on you at all?
Not really.
It's an acting job.
I think it's an acting job, but it's just it's just an opportunity. It's a fantastic opportunity that I have been given. But no, I think I've always been an open person. So if anything, it's just really fun project to be on.
That's good. That's good. Now I want to talk about, because this series has some real dialogue, a testament to Anne Marie and her writing. But there's some real dialogue, and I have to mention episode 2 a little bit. And there is some dialogue in the car that some of you may get a little shocked. I got to take it back for a second. But you'll see it totally fits the context of everything and some of the language. And I wanted to know how hard it was, because you're an actor, so you get a part, you do your acting. Yeah. It's not you, it's not whatever's going on with you. But like, how was it hard to talk about? Because I mean, I'll just say part of the scene was about, I think this was a gay guy at your job hitting on you or something.
Yeah.
And so there's some language used that's not normally used, but it made sense to me looking at it, going, okay, this actually makes the context of the scene. How hard was it to you kind of?
That scene was extremely difficult, because you have to not put any judgment at all on the material. And you have to dig deep. I mean, this is not surface level acting whatsoever.
It was not. No, it's not at all.
And Anne Marie will not let me get away with surface level
Yes,
acting.
you're saying.
She will not let me get away with just saying lines.
Yeah.
Ever. It's got to come from the heart. Get it out of your head. Come from the heart. So substituting whatever works, whatever is the time where I felt like a real injustice, to get that anger, get that fire, and that scene was tough, because we're pretty much driving, filming, and anything can happen. People can cross, other cars, police can come, fire trucks can go by, anything can happen any second. So we're driving, filming, and hitting everything at the same time, and we got to just be there, present, and really trust each other. So the dialogue, it's just completely didn't judge it. Knew that it's telling a story, and telling a story that people can relate to and people can see, and where Michelle, the character, fits into that, and how she's helping me get through this, why I'm telling her, being open to her and vulnerable with her. So it was one of the best challenges I've ever been.
One of my favorite scenes, actually, because for me it showed you were trying to be open with her, and she was mad at you, kind of like, well, now you want to be open with, like, now you want to be open, like you're trying to tell something that's happening to you at the same time, that's really bothers you, and that does happen in real life. Things like this happen all the time, especially in this town, and you're trying to express that. And as I said, as you guys are driving, I noticed, like, you guys really are driving. There was no kind of screen going by, fake driving cars, like you guys were driving, or she was driving, to say she was driving. That's how amazing she is. But I want to mention that because anybody watches this series and gets to some of the episodes, there is some real talk in there that I think is necessary, because it represents real talk between real people.
Yeah, and it just makes so much sense that when, especially so episode 2, my boss is sexually harassing me, and as I'm really angry, and it's something that touches a core. And anytime anybody feels real injustice, I mean, you're heated, you are pissed off, and if there's truth comes out with that, especially with your partner. So you're driving a car, you're just, I'm like hitting the dashboard, really fiery, and kind of calm down. Then it's like, you know what? I'm gonna say what's really on my mind.
You did.
And telling her, look, I got to tell you what's going on in my life, and you feel vulnerable. It's that space you're vulnerable. You just say whatever's going to come to you with the truth. Truth comes out.
And towards the end of that whole sequence, of course, I won't give it away, but the ending made me laugh because it was kind of like, oh, okay, I've been there before. I've been there before. And it was kind of fun. It was just so realistic. It was like like I said, I feel like I was intruding in the back, sitting in the back seat, watching this, watching my two friends get into it. Well, then you make out at one point, then you're mad again. It's like it was a whole thing going on. At the very end, it kind of leaves angrily, but like that's for real. That's not. Things aren't wrapped into a neat little bow on your show.
No, never. And it's reality. I think that's the genius and beauty of Anne Marie's writing. It's a real conversation that happens. There's no pretty bulls in this. Season 1, season 2, I think it's as real as it gets.
I read your bio, and so when is your birthday?
May 19th.
Not May 10th. Tauruses.
Oh, nice.
In the house.
Yeah.
El Toros. That's what I said. I said Taurus. So that makes a lot of sense about you now that I'm the accounting degree. We like security and we like stability. We do. So it's really, I think it's really interesting for us Taurus people to go out there and try something as like acting or hosting. Like these are not stable jobs. No,
not at all.
Because I mean, I used to work in finance. I used to work at Morgan Stanley. I mean, I went that route too.
You really went that route.
Well, I grew up. I was a Taurus, and that's what you do. You get things put together, and I went that whole direction. So I know how it feels to break away from that. Because we do have an artistic side, I think, and it's kind of, I feel it.
I feel everybody has an artistic side. It's just taking that chance on it. And I think growing up, everybody's always saying, you know, I always want to play a piano, or I always want to go surfing, I always want to do this. I'm like, well, I'm just going to do it.
That's me. Same thing. Everybody's talking about it, I'm doing it.
I'm going to do it. And if I fall on my face, I fall on my face. And I remember in my accounting classes in college, I would be giving presentations on like Starburn Oxley. I forgot the name of it, but
he's smart. Don't worry, he's smart.
I would give these very specific presentations with a guitar.
Oh, how fun!
So, and everybody was just like, "What is going on with this kid?" And I'm like, I don't know. I just see the beauty in like music and doing this and putting on a show. So I knew I was gonna. Something was there.
I always been kind of artistic myself too, but it was. I think my Taurus stubbornness. I finally allowed myself. It's like you did too. To say I'm going that direction now fully.
Yeah, and it's full commitment.
Yeah,
and I think I'm committed. Anne Marie is a completely other level.
I told you. Whatever she does, I'm
man.
So I want to hear. Oh, also, he graduated cum laude in accounting. Just want you to not just some little. He didn't just get some good grades. He did some stuff there. Smart. So he said good looking, good act, and he's smart. Okay, got it. Now, okay. Find about the Emmy. How did you find out you were nominated?
So, Anne Marie found out there was actually a possibility, and she told me we're gonna submit. And I'm like, okay, that's amazing. Right. I have no idea what that means.
Right.
I didn't know there was a digital category for it.
All new.
Completely new. And so she submitted, and I always knew the work we did was incredible because the rehearsal process alone is intense. And we dig so deep to it, and so she submitted, and we were getting immediate feedback from the vice president of the Daytime Emmys, and they loved it. So I was like, okay, well, we might win, we might get nominated, we might not. And I think a couple months later, she texted me. She's like, hey, check this email. And I read it and it was nominated. And I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me?
What a trip.
Are you kidding me? So I was driving. I started driving after, and I was just like screaming at top of my lungs. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And at that point, the win didn't even matter.
That's why I figured that's what it would be like. Just nominate first time out.
Yeah. An Emmy nomination was just... I mean, more than anything I could have ever dreamed of. And to get 3 nominations was just absolutely incredible for all of us. It was definitely worth celebrating. I mean, the whole red carpet, the Emmy itself, like dressing up in the tux, was all fun.
I was going to ask you, did you know, you like, okay, I got to get a tux. Do you already have an idea what you want to look like? I mean, to me, it's like the most nerve-wracking is actually the outfit.
It was, and my publicist says...
Because men too, not just women, men too.
My publicist said, all right, well, you got to wear a tux to this. I'm like, okay. I went to go rent one, which is a big mistake. Huge mistake. And I went to go rent one, and I'm like getting tailored, and I looked in the mirror, I'm like, it looks like I'm going to prom. This is like shoulder pads, like this is not, you advertise it's supposed to be tailored. This, I can't go on the red carpet.
No, even that's no.
So I went to J. Crew and got a nice navy tux that it felt right, it fitted right, and I loved it. And yeah, it was such a fun time.
Yeah, I'm sure. No, that's it. You have to go. I think my friend beat Anne-Marie in that category. But I mean, I feel good that all of the category. I mean, this is a newer category.
Yeah.
Start adding there because digital. Okay, here's the deal, folks. Network TV is good, great. Cable's fine. But seriously, the web, streaming services here, we do this too, us too. Netflix, PlayStation, Hulu. I mean, they're all everybody. Amazon. Off. It's when you say television now, it just means everything that's series related. Now it's not just on network and cable, and I'm so glad the Emmys, daytime and nighttime, are starting to recognize that.
Yeah, because it's huge. It gives. If it wasn't for the Emmys, we wouldn't have a platform to be recognized for the kind of work we're doing. Yeah. And Anne-Marie's work, which is absolute, a one-take format to make that interesting.
Right.
Because we're instant gratification nowadays. We want everything fast, and it's boring. You keep moving, but for it to be connected for 20 minutes in these characters' lives, it takes extreme talent to be able to do that.
I totally agree with that.
So we're very thankful for the daytime Emmys to giving us an opportunity, which is beyond anything we've ever known.
So I have to ask you, so when your category comes up, did you get a little nervous then? Like, God, what if I do win? Like, what am I going to say? Like, did you know what you were going to say?
I told Anne-Marie, if I win, you're coming up with me.
Oh, fun. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I told you, you're coming up. I mean, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you.
That's true.
And I was going to thank her on stage. I'm like, thank you for Anne-Marie for giving me this opportunity and fighting for me to play a lead Hispanic character.
Folks, they had to fight for him to be the lead.
Well, she fought for me.
Still, there was a question. Isn't that crazy? There was a question in 2017, 2016, 2015, whatever it was. Yeah. They couldn't look at you and just go, he's a good-looking actor. He could act it up, but no, he's Latino. Like, what does that mean?
I think it was a couple of things. It was I had no credits. I had no experience. Kind of took a couple acting classes. Was Hispanic. Was brand new to it. They didn't really know if I could act or lead a series. And when we started having that conversation of leading a series, they're like, we don't know. But she's like, no, he has something special to bring to this project that I didn't even know I had.
You're like, okay,
I was like, I guess if you're saying so, I'll go with it. Yeah. I think she showed 1 or 2 episodes to them. They're like, okay.
Well, the thing is, sometimes Hollywood a lot of times likes to go with what they know.
Of course.
We just show them sometimes that, if they didn't take a chance on good new actors, you may not have America Ferrera.
No,
or
not
like
at
that
all.
Who did movies like When Women Have Curves. Like they would, or there's people who do these movies who have no credits or are not known, who do these amazing they're out there.
I think Moonlight came out of nowhere.
Say another one, yes.
Won the
all
Oscar.
those actors all of them were so good in that movie.
Incredible. And I think we're coming to a time where people are taking chances. Sofia Coppola winning Best Director at Cannes, Superwoman breaking.
Wonder Woman. It's a Wonder Woman making records. Yeah,
breaking 100 million. I saw it, and I was so glued to Gal Gadot's character and just these strong female leads. It's absolutely amazing, and I think as the public now, we want something that's real. You look at they want real.
But they also want diversity. Yeah. I have no problem talking about that. They want to see themselves represented. Yeah. They're done with just not seeing what they see represented anymore.
No.
They want to see it. They want to see an El Salvadorian or a Peruvian or a South Asian, or they want to see women with curves. They want to see women who are tall. Yeah. They want to see stuff now that's representative of what they see around them. But of course they want good acting and good all that stuff.
Oh, you have to have talent.
You have to have all that. They want to see that, but they want to see people can do that.
Yeah, 100%. And it's real. I keep going back to that. it's a good representation. And I think if I was to be acting 10 years ago, I wouldn't have the opportunities I have now.
No, you wouldn't. I don't think so either.
It's timing, it's luck, it's everything. But yeah,
we're making strides. I mean, again, I think also with this whole format of people creating their own content, it's happening faster.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of series out there that I interview all the time on the show. Diverse cast, great everything. You know, or look at This Is Us. You know, Christy Metz. I mean, I
love that.
She's wonderful. I mean, and Sterling K. Brown. I mean, it's a diverse cast.
Yeah.
Of some unknowns and some who've been known for a long time and some have been brought back to life.
Yeah.
Mandy Moore, people like that. It's a great series. It shows, and also interesting storytelling too. They're doing on there too.
Even one of my a series that I really loved, The Get Down,
yes,
which was a lot of new faces.
Yeah, a lot of new faces.
Going into the hip hop scene, but it was so beautiful.
Yeah, I agree.
It was so absolutely beautiful. So yeah, it shows like This Is Us, the OA. I mean, they're coming out with
Atlanta.
Atlanta. Yeah. They're coming out with new shows that are gorgeous.
Yeah, and it's like, take a chance.
Yeah,
there are a lot of, there's so many people out there who really can act.
Yeah,
they can write, they can direct, and they're out there. And it's if someone was give some of them a chance, let's see what they can do.
Yeah.
And so Anne-Marie, she's doing it right now.
Yeah, and I think she's gonna take Hollywood by storm. I mean,
I believe it.
They got to be ready for. I mean, honestly, each single one of these episodes, to write it, direct it, produce it, find a location, put everything together, deal with everybody's personalities.
Yes.
Just to put it together and make it so beautiful and want excellence and not give up, even after like the 15th rehearsal, to not give up and keep pushing to see the end product. It takes a tremendous amount of effort and talent.
I think you're going to take Hollywood by storm. I'm waiting. And so when you get more popular, don't forget me.
No, I will keep coming back.
Don't forget me.
No,
I think you are. I think you really do have it. You do. You have it, and that's my. That's my opinion. But I think you have it. And I think learning about you that you really do study, that's going to help you also.
Well, for me, it has always been about the craft. And my first, and you know what's interesting, my first acting teacher told me, I don't think you have what it takes.
Oh, wow.
That didn't stop me. It's just one person's opinion. But I just had this drive of like, I want to be able to act extremely well. So, and I knew one teacher couldn't do it. So I studied at like Margie Haber, Annie Grinley, UCB, Groundlings, different casting directors with Anne-Marie, and took little bits from everybody. This works, but kept striving. Read plays, saw every single movie out there, created my own content, just studied everything I could possibly, and put a lot of money into it. Because going back to financial stability, that this industry requires you to spend money. It's like a business. It's a business.
They do.
And doing all that, going to auditions, and oh man, I remember having some bad auditions, first auditions.
Sure.
I've come a long
Do you like
way.
Nowadays? I mean, have you ever done any to tape yet? Have you done any?
I've done a lot of self tapes.
Do you like the in-person audition, or do you like the self-tape?
Both. I mean,
it's fine.
I'm open to all of it.
Okay.
I think it's a beauty, and I remember, with acting, it's just so much practice. I remember going to any kind of audition being so nervous, so shaky, but it's because I didn't understand what's really going on.
Okay.
So I think I think everybody has what it takes to be a phenomenal actor.
Okay.
I really mean that.
Okay.
But what the difference is, to go from being a beginner actor to being absolutely fantastic takes such a tremendous superhuman effort to find that training and fail, blood, sweat, tears. So many times I've cried in class, just getting rid of being perfect, getting rid of that perfectionism, being vulnerable and giving an honest performance and just bearing your soul. Because if you're not willing to bare your soul, it's not real.
Not real.
So to get to that point takes an incredible amount of journey, and that's the difference between somebody who wins an Oscar and somebody who doesn't. It's just, are you willing to do everything, sacrifice, skip everything for this art form? If you are, then you can become absolutely fantastic.
I believe that. I can agree with that. I believe that.
Fantastic. And the universe will give it back to you. The more you give, the more you give, the more you put out, I mean, you can't just... How's the universe going to give you anything if you're just sitting at home like, oh, I trained, okay, I'm ready? But this is not going to come. No. Nobody's going to come knocking on your door and say, here's an offer.
I agree with you on that. And I always tell people, as long as you're out there driving on your lane,
yes,
and you stay in the lane.
And stay in your lane. You can't compare yourself to anybody.
Nobody else.
No one. Everybody's
just
different.
Keep going.
Yeah.
The crossroads will happen. Things will pop up.
Yes.
Just keep going straight ahead. Just worry about yourself.
Stay in your lane. Don't get distracted, because in LA there's a lot of distractions. There's so many shortcuts. But stay in your lane, keep going. And I think one of the things that I love about it is that I've let it all go. I don't think about whether the series is going to go where it goes, whether my next project, it does not matter.
Yeah.
Just today matters. My family is healthy. My friends are healthy. I'm healthy. That's really all that matters.
Yeah. You're great, Gustavo. I'm like, you are good. Where can they find you on social media?
So Instagram, Gustavo_V27, Facebook, Gustavo Velasquez, and Twitter, Gustavo_V27.
Great, good. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
I'm a bigger fan of yours now than even
Did
before.
an hour already go by?
Just about, yes. Working it out. It goes by fast. I can talk to you forever. You're good.
It goes quick.
You're good. You're good. And as I slide in my chair. Okay, so these interviews and all the others are on Spotlight on AfterBuzz TV's iTunes and YouTube channels. You can listen to us talk on iTunes, or actually watch him. You want to watch him, of course, on YouTube. Just go to AfterBuzz TV, go to Spotlight on, type in his name, or type in Gustavo. It should just come up, or just Gus will probably come up because he's the only one. And come up, you can watch them. You can follow me at James Lott Jr. on all social media platforms, of course. I do a bunch of AfterBuzz shows here. I do a bunch of Spotlight Ons here because I love to interview people. And I'm glad you could join us today, and I'll see you next time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.